Welcome to Dinner at the Round Table Podcast with DJ John Tovar, Nelly Nell, Chris Ryder, your source to knowledge. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Dinner at the Round Table.
I am DJ John Tovar, Nelly Nell, Chris Ryder. We are Dinner at the Round Table Podcast, your source to knowledge. We got a special guest, Nelly Nell, please.
You already know, man. We got Rivera, beer connoisseur, man. Straight out of CT, baby. What up?
How you guys doing?
We got two Riveras in the building.
For the record, that's Chris Ryder's little brother right there. You heard?
Yeah.
How you guys doing? I am sadly
second. He's the second Rivera on the podcast. As you guys well know, I have my other brother Josh. He was on. We was talking about the NBA bubble and sports when they first returned. So I'm very proud and honored to have my brother come on the show and talk some shit with us, baby.
Oh, about beers, man. Beer.
Yes, sir.
As a matter of fact, speaking of beers, let's pop that open, baby.
Oh yeah, let's enjoy one. Let's enjoy one, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Cheers.
Oh man, but yeah, man, the beer industry, man. I mean, shit. You know, IPAs are definitely what I've been drinking lately as far as like beers now. But let's just talk about the industry though. I mean,
it ain't the same.
Yeah, it's beer mug. Look at that. Look at that sexy beer mug.
It ain't the same. I can say that.
And what you mean by it's not the same? Like, in what ways it's not the same?
I mean, I'm young. Like I said, I'm only 25 years old. I've been into only beer. Just shout out to my dad because without him, I would have never had my first IPA. I wouldn't even know what IPAs were. But you know, I drank my first IPA when I was 21. You know, it's different than Heineken. It's different than Budweiser. It's different than Bud Light. It's not brewed the same. It's with hops. It's brewed with actual plant that's grown, you know. Same way as marijuana is grown is the same way hops are grown. So,
right.
You know, it's blowing up in the industry just because it tastes better. The quality is just way better. You know, the taste, the people add fruit, the people are expanding their you know, ways of brewing the beer. So,
right.
You know, I think it's just different now. I think by, you know, another 10 years, 15 years, they won't be Budweiser, but like.
Really? You think so?
I don't think so.
That's definitely
kind of a bold prediction right there, man.
No, he's right.
But
you definitely
they should start brewing. They should start brewing better. Maybe they will expand. Maybe they'll blow up. They don't brew craft beer. They brew to the normal stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I agree with you 1,000% on that. I think because it's such the high demand when it comes to those kind of beers, like Bud Light, opposed to like craft beer, really take their time to actually really brew the beer, and that's why you know I think there's a major taste difference when you have those craft beers opposed to those macro beers that are just basically are just so high in demand that they just rushed, making the beer, not really, really focus on the true ingredients of actually brewing that beer. So I think that's what the difference is. But it's crazy though, man. I mean, beer actually, it's like, it is the most popular alcoholic beverage in the world. It's beer.
It definitely is.
It definitely is. After water and tea, and it's crazy when you think about just the history of beer though. But I mean, let's just, have you ever tried to brew beer yourself though, as a beer drinker? And
I did, and I'm not gonna say I succeeded. It's so hard to brew. It is so hard. It's it comes down to chemistry. You need to know water profile, yeast profile. You need to know how many hops or the quality of hops you use, depending on the hops you use. There's so many different types. So it's like, I tried. It didn't taste well. It didn't taste well.
I tried as well, and it's definitely.
I remember that. I remember when you tried to do it. I remember that time.
Oh man, it was hard. It took me about 2 months. It took me 2 months in total. A lot of, transferring, a lot of cleaning. That's the hardest thing. You have to make sure everything's clean. Like sanitized, because the beer would taste just completely wrong. And, I just think if you're a chemist out there, you brew beer. Do that, man, because that's where you should be right now.
And you know, there's college universities that actually offer master's degrees in brewing. They actually
classes
for that.
There is classes, yeah.
A few universities actually offer that, which is really it is an art though. You know, when you think about actually brewing beer though, it is an art, and people take it very seriously.
It takes time. It takes a lot of time. And that's why if you look at a lot of breweries now that are popping up, you know, people are just sticking to that. They're just constantly in there brewing every day, every weekend. You know, again, the recipe's correct every single time. Because, you know, if you have that one good beer that blows it up, that people love so much, people are going to come back to that beer and they're going to expect the same, you know, results every time they come. So it's like, it is a hard craft. And if you do it well.
No, absolutely. I mean, what's the main ingredient? I believe is barley, hops, and yeast and water. Obviously, those are like the main ingredients in making beer.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like you just said right now. It's really knowing, you know, how to balance it. You know, how many degrees you have to set the temperature in. You know, mix it. You know, it's a long, you know. Takes work.
That's why they say it's tough. That's why I say home brew is tough, because you need that temperature in your house too, man. You need to find that spot in your area, your home, that you could slide those, you know, your kegs in and just hold them down there so that they get that temperature, because they can't be in a cold temperature. They can't be in a warm temperature. It has to be like a good solid 50 degrees. So it's like, where can you find that in your house, you know?
Right,
so that's why it's very hard to home brew.
It is. I think it's best when you really actually have a home, have a back. I actually have a friend who actually grows hops. Man, he actually is brewing his own beer now. I'm not sure how good it is, or, you know, whatever the case is. I'll soon try, hopefully, if I get to see him. But, you know, I think that's the best way to really brew beer. If you have like your own backyard, you could, you know, grow the ingredients. But it's definitely hard when you're trying to do it at home. But yeah, it takes a lot of work though. But people do it though.
I mean, the fact that your buddy's growing his own hops blows my mind. You know how hard it is to grow hops? It ain't easy. It ain't easy.
You know,
none of that is easy, man.
You know, speaking of, when I used to work in Brooklyn, they used to Brooklyn Kitchen, they used to have like beer kits. And my boss, shout out to Harry Rosenblum, my former boss actually, he had his own like beer kits. So he did his own starter kits. And then a friend of mine, Claire, she used to do like these beer classes. And so you can go into the Brooklyn Kitchen and you can buy the cask for it. You can buy the hops for it, the barley, all that. They had kits ready made for you to do it. And that was something that I really wanted to do. And I think I mentioned to you one time, Jay, about it. And I don't know if I mentioned it to you too, Gil, but that was like maybe 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they had like their own starter kits and like their own startup.
That's funny you bring that up, because I bought mine in New York. I bought mine upstate, somewhere in Albany. I bought my brew kit, and mine, I didn't buy those steel ones. I bought just a bucket, you know, just a big old bucket and a big pot, just to try it. And my buddy is actually a good buddy of mine that lives right up the street from me. He home brews. He's doing pretty good. He's doing pretty good for himself. I've tried a couple of his stuff, but his stuff is pretty tasty. And shout out Mike Benedict to him, because he's, you know, I could see him blowing something up sooner or later, because his stuff is pretty well. And yeah, it's hard. It's a hard thing. And like I said, that's why I think craft beer is sooner or later, once people there's all these breweries blowing up, it's gonna take over. I don't think there's going to be anything like Bud Light. I mean, there's going to be Bud Light and Budweiser. There's going to be those crisp beers that they're always been there. But people are going to want craft beer. Who doesn't want craft beer? You know, if you haven't had craft beer, go drink craft beer.
Yeah.
You know, there's different types of craft beer that goes even parts with food, you know. And trust me, you got to expand your flavors. Your palate's not going to like what you like at the first time. Like, I didn't like IPAs when I first drank it. I was like, the hell's this? You know, I was like, this tastes like piss water, even worse, you know?
It's like real bitter at the beginning.
And it's funky, very funky. Very funky, too. So I was like, I don't want this, you know? But as I expanded, tasted my palate, there's nothing more I wanted and demanded than craft beer.
That is so true. I mean, now I can't even drink like a Coors Light. Like I just literally like spit it out, because now I'm just used to drinking like good, high quality beer now. And anything like Coors, Bud, it's just like it just my body already rejects it.
Every time we go to his crib, we be like, "Yo, Jay, what you drinking?" I'm drinking my IPAs. I ain't drinking nothing else.
Yeah, always, bro, always.
I mean, you can't get nothing else. Nah, I can't get nothing else.
There's nothing better, nothing better. Tastes better. Everything is better about craft beer. Everything.
Yeah, it is definitely. And again, like they definitely, they're very careful in how they brew it though, and they use the proper ingredients to actually brew those type of beers. That's why it's like it's high quality. And then you could definitely
it's the effort that puts into it. It's like it's like anything that you go to. When you go to a marketplace and you see food that's actually been prepared with care and actual, somebody really giving a damn about the taste of it. You really see the difference, and that's what craft beer is. And like I was the same way. I would drink Heineken's no problem, and then I would see my brother post all these beer photos, and I'm like, this kid is like getting like obsessed with it. And I'm like, okay, I gotta try it. And then he gave me a Treehouse, which is his favorite brewery. This kid can't stop talking about it.
Shout out Treehouse, by the way.
I was like, yo! So then from that point, craft beer.
Charlton, Massachusetts. Go to them and try them. Best brewery I've ever had.
Man, we gotta check that brewery out.
Wow, that's the brewery I was telling you about, Jay. To go, you and Nelson to come. To
be completely honest with you guys, though, I've been telling Chris, there's a lot of good breweries out by you guys. A lot. You guys have. See, I can say I got a good handful that I go to in Connecticut. I go to New Park. I go to Fox Farm. I go to Black East. But these are just a couple of them that I go to. My major one is Treehouse. I go to up in Mass, but you guys have so many, and they're all good. Every single one I've been to in New York is amazing. So you guys got to head out. You got Other Half, you got Hudson, you got EQ. You guys got a lot of good breweries out there.
You got Single Cut too. Single Cut I've been getting. Really...
Single Cut, yes, Single Cut's there, and Bronx Brewery is not too bad. I went to Bronx, it's not too bad.
I was there. That was something.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
I actually have one by my house called Gun Hill Brewery. It's actually pretty good. That was the good stuff there. So it's like literally a block away. I could just walk to it.
Look at that.
It's a beautiful thing. There's also a bunch in Brooklyn that's pretty good. I know a couple people that have breweries that definitely want to check out. But yeah, man, breweries, man. If you really want some good beer, drink some good beer, just hit up your brewery, man. And and Jay, didn't you say that it always just tastes different when you get it straight from the brewery?
Yeah, it's a lot fresher. Yeah,
right off that tap, maybe.
Yeah, man, like it's just a lot fresher opposed to buying it from like the store. That's why it's so like to me when you go to the brewery, it's worth going, man. It's worth going there because you'll definitely taste a fresher beer. Because you're getting it directly from the brewery.
I mean, you're getting it straight from the source. You know what I mean? So it's fresh. And another thing is, I was gonna ask the beer connoisseur here.
Yes, sir.
Is there a difference in taste in reference to beer bottle versus beer can?
Yes. Definitely
a different taste, right?
That bottle has that penny taste.
The penny taste.
Yeah.
So
no matter what.
With the beer can, you get more of those like metal minerals in the beer.
It's a lot fresher too. It's a lot fresher.
A lot fresher, and it kind of concentrates like the aluminum materials with the beer, and it gives it like a different taste.
The only thing I can say on favors on bottles is that you could age them. You can hold the bottle a lot longer than you can with a can. Bottles you could hold for 2 years. Cans you could probably hold 6 months, maybe, depending on. I had a can one time that I had in my fridge. I found one in the back of the fridge one day. It was like a year and a half old, and it was a stout. It was a stout in a can, but it was so like muddy. It was heavy. So bottles are very good on aging, but like yes, like you said, the taste is a lot different.
Definitely.
It's 8 o'clock.
Was that the Biesto?
What was that?
Was that the beer I stole?
No, but that I'm pissed off about.
Yo, here's the story. So we're on vacation, right? And he brings mad beers, but he doesn't say what beer's off limits. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let me just go in the fridge. The one beer that I took was the one he was saving for himself.
He told us that.
It was from Christmas. It was from Christmas 2018.
Wow.
2 years. 2 years. Well, not like the year and a half.
Yeah, you drank it though. How'd it taste?
So guys, let's just go into a little bit of history about the beer for our viewers here. For those that don't know about beer, right?
Okay, you want to
History of beer. Let's check it out real quick. Let's bring it up. History of beer from Wikipedia or the History Channel. Let's go with Wikipedia. For those who don't know, Wikipedia is actually locked. You can't edit it if it's a real source. It's only the ones that people go up there and make up about themselves. Oh, I'm the greatest person in the world. Oh man,
Wikipedia is the GOAT. Wikipedia is the GOAT.
So it's confirmed that barley beer dates back to at least the 5th millennium before Christ in Iran. So
Iran, right?
There you already know, and it's the reign history of Egypt and Mesopotamia spread out in the world. Even the ancient Chinese artifacts suggest that beer brewers were grapes, honeys.
Yeah, you reading that line right there? That's crazy.
That's insane.
Beer with grapes, honey. That's insane.
Yeah. It's called hooch, like the hooch. Hooch. I remember in band camp, we used to make hooch so we could get twisted because we didn't have access to alcohol, so we would grab a whole bunch of different fruits, put them in like a plastic container, leave it there for like 7 days. That shit would ferment. Oh my god, man, it was over. And it was like, and the reason why it tasted like beer was because the heat made it it turned into like a carbonized, like a carbonized. You know what I mean? It became like a carbonized drink.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was basically like wine that tasted like like beer. So that's basically what they were doing there. They were basically brewing with grapes, honeys, rice, hawthorns, stuff like that. So yeah, that's crazy. So
7,000 BC too.
Here we go. The oldest evidence of beer is believed to be a 6,000-year-old Sumerian tablet depicting people consuming a drink through reed straws from a communal bowl. That's insane. Oh man. You think people were like drunk off of beer and thought that Jesus was like making like all these miracles?
They weren't drunk. They weren't drunk.
Oh my God, he just fucking picked up a table.
Water and wine. He made water.
They were like on some serious stuff, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, nah, for sure, man. There's an actual documentary called "How Beer Saved the World." Very good documentary, and it goes into the history about what you just pulled up right now, of how long there's been, because beer, again, though, it is the most popular alcohol beverage in the world. And I forgot how much gallons produced each year beer worldwide. Could look that up. I mean, it got to be obviously, in the billions, but I mean, it's consumed.
Oh, Jesus.
Modern beer. Let's see. Just keep on talking.
I believe that the Czech Republic is the most drinking beer in the world. I mean, people that drink the beers the most. I
agree with that. I agree with that.
The only downside when it comes to obviously beer, the calories. You know what I mean? The calories definitely catches up to you. The carbs, especially with IPA. I think IPA rate.
Yeah.
I got the
craft beer is a lot heavier. Craft beer is a lot heavier.
So Jay, hold on.
It's made of the hops, right?
Jay.
Yep, it is the hops. It is basically it's a lot of fattening. There's a lot of carbs drinking IPAs.
Jay, hold on, Jay. To answer your question, it's 191 million kiloliters a year in the world. Produced, yeah. 2018, global beer production 109 kiloliters to reach approximately 191.10 million kiloliters.
Okay. Wow.
So why don't you share that information for our viewers there, Chris?
You can see that.
Stop holding information to yourself, you greedy Rivera.
We ain't all like that. We ain't all like that.
Yeah. It's only the ones from Harlem.
Fuck you. Yeah, whatever. You're talking shit about my other two brothers. It's a lot of us. Anyways, you see the number right there?
1.09 million. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
insane.
a lot. Look at that. That's insane. Insane, man. That's insane.
And that's all drank. Everybody drinks it. It's all gone in the world.
Yeah. No, absolutely. How many countries actually brew their own beers? That's another question I want to know. Like, actually, how many countries actually brew their own beer? Like, they actually, I know, obviously, here we have Bud Light.
I'm gonna say everyone.
Everyone?
Well, someone from another. Yeah, I guess so.
I'm gonna say everybody does.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and if you think about it too, a lot of countries got their own signature. There's a lot of signature beers that come out of certain countries. So
I believe
they all do.
I think American beer is the one that sucks the most. Bud Light, Coors Light, Budweiser. Tell you the truth.
Nah, he's not lying. I believe so too.
We make the worst beers, man.
Germans are the best.
I mean the basic beers, because we got some good IPAs, we got some good like pale ales and stuff like that. But as far as like traditional regular beer, we suck at it for real.
Yeah, I believe the best all around is Germany. I believe they are they make some good stuff over there. IPAs too. I've had some stuff from Germany. They taste very good, and all around, Germany's been there in the game for probably the longest. I would say so.
You're right. Because beers.
I would love to. It is my dream though to do an Oktoberfest, to experience an Oktoberfest in Germany.
Oh man, that would be crazy. That would be insane.
I could imagine. I could not imagine what it would be like over there during October.
Yeah, that's insane, man.
Hopefully people don't get too drunk and start calling you the Führer.
Have you seen videos actually? Have you seen some videos from Germany?
Actually, when I get their headlines perfect.
They go crazy hard over there, man.
Oh yeah, their mugs are huge. Their mugs are 10 times bigger than the ones that we use.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. But when you say October, hits me, it's basically the history of IPAs. Because that's how it actually started by, I forgot the guy's name. It'll come up to me. You guys could look it up. I think his name is Hawkinson, something like that. When the British colonized India, and it was too hot to brew in India, so they had to transport the beer back to Great Britain. But it was about a 6 months, journey to bring that back, and that actually made the beer actually better as it was transported back to Great Britain, and that's how the name IPA came about, Indian Pale Ale.
Nice.
Okay.
You did. That's great, man. How about the lagers? How about lagers? I like lagers.
You like it?
Yeah,
Lagers are
Like a lager.
A lager. A Boston lager.
Let's say it fucking properly. You want a lager?
Let me get a Boston lager.
Boston lager.
Let's get a Boston lager to go to Fenway Park.
Oh, people talk a lot of shit about Boston lager.
Lager's too plain, man. Too plain.
The Samuel Adams.
It's better than the regular beer, though.
Yeah, it is.
It's supposed to have like a crispy, right? Right?
Yeah,
like
basically, yeah.
That's
a lot of pumpkin beers, though. Pumpkin beers are a lot of lagers. So brewers use. They use the lager recipe to use their Oktoberfest, which is crazy. A lot of breweries right now are doing Oktoberfest, which I never seen. A lot of breweries are making their own Oktoberfest, and
it's a big
definitely
festival in Germany around this time. It's ridiculous. I actually would love to go one day to Germany and actually participate in beer fest. And
we were just talking about that.
Well, there you have it. G. Rivera, your own brother can travel with you. He wants to go too.
Yo, you guys, matter of fact, you know what?
Let's all go.
Got me into it.
Let's all go.
You remember the movie?
And you know what? The good thing about Chris going to is that Germany's real big on meat, and he's a butcher, so he can experience the meat thing too.
You know what's the crazy thing about it, Gil, though? You know what I'm saying? That they actually, the Germans love a lot of fat. So, no A, it's like real big. But I got a question for you, Gilly.
What's up?
when you're with friends and they're drinking a lot of IPAs, do people who look like Seth Rogen believe they're Seth Rogen?
Oh hell yeah, of course.
Oh,
I got a buddy my buddy is Seth Rogen.
He looks just like him too, right?
Oh yes, he does. Yes, he is Seth Rogen, man. He is Seth Rogen.
Shit, shout out to that guy. Definitely.
Shout out my buddy. Shout out my buddy Seth Rogen, man.
30 minutes talking nonsense about my podcast.
Yeah, but you gotta say a lot of my friends don't drink IPAs, bro. Not a lot of them do. Hard stuff.
What's hard? Oh, you know what's the hardest beer that I ever drank? Pause that. The hardest beer, but it's called shit. I just forgot the name. It's called Three's People, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 15%, bro, alcohol.
Yeah, because usually that's a lot.
That shit is strong as fuck. It's like drinking like liquor, like basically.
No, yeah.
The strongest beer I've drank was from Angry Chair down in Florida. It was a stout and it was like 22%. It was insane.
22%. Might as well have just bought some vodka. What the fuck?
I shared it with my buddies. I shared it because you tasted it just straight tasted like alcohol and chocolate. It's all it tasted like. So.
Alcohol and chocolate.
Like melted chocolate with like vodka. That's all it tasted like. But it was very, very strong.
You was like, this is like M&M. It melts in your mouth, not in your hand. Oh my god!
That's crazy. But speaking of which,
I got a question for you guys though.
Yeah,
bring it on, brother.
Have you guys expanded your flavors more than IPAs?
Yeah, man. I do pale ales. Like I love those. I do mostly because I used to work I was a supervisor in a hospitality group, and they were like Mediterranean based. And a lot of their beers are from Italy, right? So Italy has a lot of pale ales, and that's basically what they serve out there, right? So that's me. Like I love pale ales. That's what I'm drinking right now. Actually, Sierra Nevada is handcrafted ale. Say this is some fucking Italian guy making it in his basement. Mamma mia, where's my beer?
Sierra Nevada is a big brewery. They make a lot of good stuff out there.
Yeah.
West Coast hops is a good one. I actually got that in because of my father-in-law. He got me into that. He had a beer called West Coast hops that Sierra Nevada makes only seasonal, and it doesn't last too long, but it's very, very good. And if you guys see it, try it out.
I think probably the best beer I ever had was this red rice beer.
What the fuck does it have to be red, bro? You're mad gory, like a fucking butcher that you are.
It was
red. Like seeing red.
Let me see.
Like I like it red because I see blood all day. Everything is red on you, you damn killer.
Nah, I'm trying to find. It was a Japanese beer, bro. That shit was the best beer I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah, they make some good sours.
But
Gilbert, do you think it's a coincidence that he likes to red beer and he butchers fucking cows all day, so he has that thing for blood out for him? Like he likes blood.
His favorite color has always been red. So
there you go. That's all he sees is red. I was wearing a blue shirt. I was wearing a blue shirt one day. He's like, no, is that a red shirt? I'm like, no, it's blue.
It was called. It's called Red Rice.
Pull it up on your top. Hold on.
Hitachino Nest, I think it's called.
Fettuccino.
It's a Japanese beer, dude. This beer, oh my god, bro, the best beer I ever had in my life. And you can actually go to PF Chang's and get it.
Yo,
really?
A real quick history though about Christopher.
Amazing.
Now that you're here, because you're his brother, you probably ain't hang out with him hard, like to drink real hard. He off of beers too, he could do this. He used to hang out, drink beers or alcohol, and all of a sudden he'll disappear. Like we'll be all together, he'll disappear, and everybody, where the fuck is Chris at? And then I was like, what the hell? I just like 10 minutes later after he just disappeared, right? We get a text message, a group text message. Oh, I just made it home, guys. I had to go. What the fuck? He did like an Irish goodbye, like for many years.
It's
you know what Irish goodbye is, right?
All right, I'm gonna tell you why. Because whenever you hang out, here's the deal. Whenever you
John, do you remember that?
Whenever you hang out with a bunch of drunken degenerates, you're like, yo, I'm out. Nah, why you leaving for? Don't leave. Stop doing that shit. Yo, bro, I'm tired. I want to go home, go to sleep in my bed. Nah, why the fuck you not? Why you stay? Why you leaving for? So it turns in from saying bye for like 15 to 20 minutes, and then you there an extra hour.
Nah,
You don't want to be there. So I'm like, I made it.
Can I tell you my theory?
To just be like, I'm out.
Can I tell you my theory? My theory is that each time he left a place where we were at drinking, it was because he was either one drink or one beer away from seeing blood and killing somebody. So he left before he murdered somebody.
No, tell them that story. We were downtown. Tell them that story. We were downtown.
Oh my God, we went downtown. I forgot whose birthday was it.
It was Eric's.
It was Eric, my boy Eric, right? He's actually from Connecticut too. He lives in Stanford, by the way. Shout out to the Huskies. Woo! Anyway,
hey, we suck, but it's all good.
No, the UConn, the ladies team is good though. Best team ever in college.
When are we gonna see the boys do something, man? Come on.
I know, man. Come on, man. It's man's world. Nice playing. It's actually we're gonna get a lot of hate mail because of that. But anyway, yeah. So it was his birthday. We went out to this bar that looks like a grocery store outside, outside, and the decor inside is like a bodega themed, right? And before we go in there, like we're mad already ripped, whatever. And it was like some girls are with us, right? And and Chris was trying to like holler and shit. I was like, you know what? This is like this is a long time ago before you even met, Baby Miles, whatever. Anyway, the whole point is that, just in case she's listening. So anyway, the whole thing was, I was like, yo, you really want to prove it to them? You want to prove it to them? You a man? Get down and give me 10 push-ups right now. He actually did it. He got on the floor, did a 10 push-ups, and so he's like, oh my God, let me feel your biceps. And he felt like the man. But then 10 minutes later, he disappeared. He sends us a text that he's home.
Yeah, I was fucked up. I was bad. I was fucked up.
I know you were.
I can't let in my brain.
I can't let them attack you, bro, because I'm the same way.
Yeah, I have this moment in my brain where it's like, okay, Chris, either you chill the fuck out,
or you kill somebody,
right? Or you keep going, you gonna be fucking done, throwing up everywhere. So if I relax and I just sip my drink for like 20 minutes, after that, I can keep going. Boom, no problem. Yeah, if I ignore that voice that's saying relax, once I hear it, it's like, okay, relax. If I hear that shit and I ignore it, bro, Jay knows fucking.
I must say this though. I'm proud of how much you matured as a drinker though, Chris. You don't do the disappearing act anymore. You just run home for no reason, but you don't do it. At least this time you say, guys, I gotta go. Before we used to do, you know what an Irish goodbye is? We all know, right? What an Irish goodbye. So an Irish goodbye is basically you don't say that you're leaving, like you just disappear. Like if you're out drinking with your friends and you feel fucked up, or it's usually because you feel fucked up, you just leave without saying goodbye. So it's called an Irish goodbye because Irish people are known to drink a lot, right? So what they do is they just leave. Fuck these motherfuckers, and they just leave. So it's called an Irish goodbye. That's what Chris used to do all the time.
Well, I can't let them attack you, bro, because I do the same thing.
It might be a Rivera thing.
It was the family then.
Yo, Jay,
I do the same thing, bro.
I used to bring him to your crib for Thanksgiving, and he used to not be able to hang with us, bro, because we used to get fucked up.
We used to go hard. Oh, especially Thanksgiving. Don't forget about it.
That was mostly Christian, man, having like fucking 7 bottles. We bring like 7 bottles with him, and then
you can't trust the Ecuadorians, man. They drink a lot.
Yo, and the thing is, not one drop of alcohol gets wasted. You wasted,
everything is gone.
Everything is gone.
That's very true, man.
Oh, Jay, I ain't see you take a swig yet, man. What's going on, man?
I need to grab a beer. I'm gonna step away. Give me a sec.
Well, right now I'm drinking the hazy. I don't know if you can see it right now. The hazy by Sierra Nevada, what you're drinking.
There you go. Right there, we just got sponsorship deal right now, baby, because of that.
Right? I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid.
We gotta keep on funding that John Tavares movement. Then at the round table, you right?
Yes. Life in the clouds.
Life in the clouds, yeah.
Yo, it's a double dry hop IPA, so it's like really light in flavor. It's not like that real bitter taste, but it's real light. That shit is like.
How much percent is that?
Huh?
So for our listeners and our viewers, I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit lit to pay ale. You
Go ahead.
No, but this one's 6.1. So
yeah.
Okay, well, that's not bad. I mean, usually IPA remember like 6.1 up to 12, 15%, you know.
Yeah.
But what I've been doing lately, I've been expanding different types of IPAs. Like this one right now is the hazy. They have the Imperial IPA, which is a bit more of a heavier flavor.
Oh shit! Juice machine.
Wow.
That's one of them.
8.2% alcohol. Shit.
Treehouse. Yeah, Treehouse.
Oh, oh, wow. Look at that.
You better time to cut your check, G. What the hell, B? Sponsoring them. Like that.
I'm gonna get some
Who
money.
the fuck drinks beer in a
man.
wine cup? That's fucking like extravagant.
Just extravagant.
It has a symbol in it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Treehouse.
Nice. So that's how real beer drinkers drink beer in a wine glass.
Speaking of Imperial, this one's Imperial.
Good beer, man. So you
You guys shake it too. You guys shake it like.
Yeah. That single.
Stir it until it gets better.
This is an Imperial IPA.
Spoken Spells. That's what it's called. Oh wait.
Softly spoken.
Brands out there of IPAs now. It's crazy now.
Let's do a dinner at the round table IPA. Fuck that shit.
Right.
We can actually. It's pretty easy to get it done. It's not that hard.
Yo, so we got to do it. Was it Cavassier flavor?
You should try to make your own beer, guys. Why don't you do it?
Because little brother, let me say something.
John Tavares used to do it before.
There's a rule at dinner at the round table where Cavassier is not allowed.
Or Barcelona too.
On the table.
For Chris.
Oh, really? Speaking of that.
So we got Cavassier now, and we got Barcelo Chris. Yo, niggas get super late. Like
he used to go mad.
I get aggressive. We both get aggressive because we both Sagittarius. Oh, there we go. It's lit. It's over. It's over.
You know what's crazy? I haven't even been drinking it. My wife drank like most of it. I haven't even drunk all of it. I haven't even had like 2 drinks. She's been drinking all of it.
Drink it right now.
She's like super litty right now too. It's funny.
He has one shot of that. It's done.
Yeah.
It's done.
Man.
He might kill us over the internet, virtual podcast. He might murder us.
Oh shit.
Disconnect. It's over.
He be like,
so, little brother, can I ask you a question? So throughout this whole podcast, right? You enjoyed the shit talking, whereas, but if you look towards Nelly Nell's photo or his video, you're gonna see a very perfectly crisp hairline. Look at that shit.
I never got that joke. Like a joke would have been like if I had a fucked up hairline.
I'm saying like it's so crispy. So
you can't make fun of a perfect hairline. Look.
Instagram. I'm trying to start an Instagram. Like, you know, we all have like our little side Instagrams. So it's gonna be called Nelly Nell's hairline.
So listen, now that you're his brother, you're on the show. Can you please tell him that he has to be more savvy with his jokes? Because what is funny about me having a perfect hairline? There's nothing funny. It's actually
compliment.
I'm jealous.
It's a compliment. Thank you, Chris Wright. I love you.
I mean, look at mine, bro. I'm jealous.
In the most mockiest way you can ever.
Not too many people got a hairline sharp as that, man. And I mean, especially
only Steve Harvey's ever had a sharper hairline.
Look at that. I got the half moon going all the way on the side, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Chris, yours could be sharp too if you get it done.
To be an elder statesman such as yourself, to still have a crisp hairline is amazing.
I told him, man, I could bring him to my barber, but he keeps on getting haircuts in the back of the butcher shop.
I don't do relax. I don't do those.
They use the meat cleaver. They be like, "Come on, Sonny, it's your turn. Put your apron on."
Front of me, because you already know I sent you videos, Pop.
Yo, they were like, "Come on, Sonny, come to the back where the cows are at. Put your apron on." They fucking start shaving him with a cleaver and shit.
You should have seen me today, Pop. You'd have been very, very scared.
Man.
Breaking down animals just size, baby.
But anyway, back to beers, man. Beers.
Let's get back to beers.
So,
no, it turned into a roast session.
I know it did for a minute.
No, it always does. That's the thing.
Listen, G, I don't know what's going on right now, but I know that you're a hard-bodied Yankee fan, but I can't stand the fact You have a Let's Go Mets in the back. Did you
Listen.
Wait, did you do that? Wait, let me tell you. Let me ask you a question. Wait, did you do that? Being sympathetic. Oh, there you go, Jules. Oh, Jules. Oh my God.
Right?
Yo, Jules, let me tell you something, Jules.
Keep it alive. Fuck all these two. Fuck them.
No, it's okay. You can leave it there. It's all right. It's your house. But listen, what I'm saying is,
burn that jersey.
Turn the camera a little bit. Jules,
What?
can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
1, 2, 3. The New York State Lottery. No. Anyway, so what I was saying is, I was confused. I'm like, yo, I know he's a hard-body Yankee fan. I'm like, I thought he was being sympathetic to Chris Ryder because he's a hit. He's like, yeah, it's my brother's podcast. I'm gonna go there now. I don't want to diss him. Look at this guy. He really thinks he's a ninja.
I love it.
Yeah, like it's pathetic and a shame to know that the only team in New York that really goes to the playoffs is the Yankees.
Yo, don't talk about the playoffs because someone here has been to the postseason and watched it in front of her and lose. Okay, so let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about the postseason. She also, by the way, she went to the World Series and saw them lose. So let's not talk about that.
Wow.
I was 8 rows behind the Royals dugout.
In the year 2000 was that?
Whatever.
In the year 2000.
Moving on to beers, please.
Moving on to beers.
Take that giant shit on my
On
mess.
August
Outta
5th,
here.
2017.
There we go.
2017 and they lost.
Anyways.
So it's right up there.
I was gonna say, damn, Jules, you're not that old to be, because they went in 2000 and they went in 2017. Okay, got it. I was like, damn.
Whoa. Yeah.
And for some reason, G got I'm not gonna disrespect you, Jules, but I thought he had like a cougar in his hands or something. I don't know. Sure. It's the pale ale. It's the pale ale. I swear.
Pale ale. Oh man,
She's not that old, buddy.
I know. I met her in person. I know.
She's not that old.
I believe it.
I was her certified optician.
She hasn't.
Didn't the Mets play?
Anyways, back to beer. All right.
Wait, hold on. Before we keep going, I just got one thing to say.
What's that?
Didn't the Mets play the Yankees in 2000?
yeah.
Was it
that
World
was when the
Series?
Yankees were unstoppable, Pop. What are you talking about? They were unstoppable.
I just wanted to confirm it.
For some reason, the only person that I remember from the 2000 Mets is because he's like the best catcher, one of the best catchers, arguably. My Piazza. And if for some reason I always remember that Hawaiian kid. It was a Hawaiian kid that was with them. A Hawaiian kid. He had like yellow.
I think he was Asian. I think he was the Asian.
He had like
center fielder.
Yeah, Oriental features, and he had like blonde hair. He was Hawaiian, and it was like this big fuss about him because he was like the first Hawaiian to ever make it to the World Series. It was crazy.
So you guys want to see the top 10 beer brewing countries in the world?
Bring it up, buddy.
Well, yes, let's see it.
Give me with your best shot.
I believe you should do United States just because we live in the United States. We shouldn't really care about the country.
So number 10, Spain.
Well, Europe has the most breweries than any other continent in the world.
They produce 3 million kiloliters
right now. Spain, Poland.
And they have a rise in beer craft popularity, which is pretty dope. 9 is Poland. Actually, I have a buddy who was in Poland recently, and he would post a lot of stuff about beers and all in Poland. It was pretty dope. And they were like really big on like beer, sausages, and all that stuff. Like they were like real big on that stuff. United Kingdom, great.
That's why I said a lot of beer and food combinations, man. There's a lot of stuff that tastes really good with stuff,
Yeah, it does. Like just trying like crackers and cheese you can have.
Well, I mean,
it tastes different.
It's like part of their meal when it comes to beers over there in Europe, especially. When they eat with beer.
It's like a daily routine for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Spanish people. They gotta eat rice every day. They gotta fucking eat.
Yeah, rice is some kind of meat. That's how it was going on.
guys, I have
that ass like my dad.
Whatever.
Yo, that ass my dad and my uncles. My dad and my uncles, if they haven't had beer, my dad and my uncles, if they haven't ate rice throughout the day, they felt like they ain't eat at all. It's insane.
I feel that though. I feel that sometimes. If I ain't have rice, I'm like, hold up, I ain't eat like that.
Yeah, I don't get rice every day anymore. Let's not talk about it.
Quinoa. Rice is trash. Actually, rice. It doesn't have any nutrient. It just fills you. It just fills you up. That's all it does.
A lot of carbs.
It's a poor people's. Yeah, a lot of. It's a poor
rice and beans is the best, bro.
Yeah, beans are good. Beans are the best source of protein that you can get. Forget about meat, bro. Like people think about meat and they think, oh, meat has a lot of protein. Yeah, it does. But guess what? The cows and these animals that we get the protein from get the protein from. They get it from plants, from berries and fucking shit on the ground, bro.
Yeah.
Chris likes to chop meat, so you know. He knows. He's a very good specialty on that, you know.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna let you have that one, little brother.
Double way now, man.
So Japan.
I'm gonna let you have.
Damn, 5 kiloliters, 5 million kiloliters.
Mexico.
Yeah, Mexican beer is good too. Corona. Come on, hello.
Corona. Victoria.
I remember at one point that Heineken was like the go-to beer for like New Yorkers, and all of a sudden it switched to Corona. Remember Jay? You're a little bit older.
They doing better than salt, lime, and Corona.
You know.
Look at that Modelo.
Yeah,
Russia for 5.
Russia.
Oh yeah, Russia's big.
Wow, Germany
go back. I want to read that part. Go back to Russia real quick. I want to see something. It says something funny there. Beer was not actually classified as alcohol in Russia until 2013. It was largely consumed as a soft drink.
Wow.
Russia still produces nearly 9 million kiloliters of beer.
The country is home to over 100 breweries and also micro scene. That's insane. So they consider beer a soft drink, as in like soda.
Wow.
Until 2013, bro. That was like another day. That wasn't too long ago.
So you go to a freaking restaurant in Russia and you say, "Let me get a soft drink." They're like, "Yeah, we got beer." What?
That's when Chris first took his first knife into a cow. 2013.
I never killed anything. I never killed anything. I cut them up when they're dead.
I don't think he's really.
It's just the carcass. It's nothing real.
He claims he kills them. You know, he cuts them after the dead.
I can't kill him.
I beg to differ.
I cut him. I can't.
I beg to differ.
This one's shocking to me that Germany.
Hold up. Go down to Germany. So the last sentence is over. Damn, 1,300 breweries now make their home in Germany. That's how many they have.
You guys remember the movie Beer Fest? That shit was like a real mockery, but that was a real thing though.
Wow,
that's a real big deal. That's why that movie is the greatest. I want to get me and that shit is, when you actually have the bubble, that shit is real.
This is what shocks me though, because this is what shocks me that they have Germany at 4. Just because Germany is just so popular with their beer, they're just so popular with everything. I don't understand how.
It's because they're Nazis. They're Nazis, man.
Brazil right now. Brazil.
Well, I mean,
they're still paying for the Nazi empire, bro.
If you think about it, Germany's a really small country. It's not really a big country. It's really small.
Yeah, but for all the breweries they have over there.
I don't know, because during World War I and World War II, they had one of the biggest populations in the world, bro.
But look what Brazil is number 2. It's number 3.
Yeah, number 3.
And they learned their fucking beer from Mexico, from Germany.
German, see, it's insane. Immigrants in the 1800s.
So Mexico has its roots in German beer.
German's been doing it for decades.
Decades, how about fucking centuries?
Centuries.
24 balls.
United States of America. It's number 2.
Now the United States. Oh, China number 1.
But China's the
USA.
China has the most people in population in the world.
Oh my God, let's talk about China making beer, bro. There was a video that I posted on we have a group chat where we discuss future dinner at the round table podcast situations, and there was a video that was circulating in China. They're making bootleg beer, bro, and what they do is they basically, not bootleg beer. They basically reproduce it without having like Bud Light or Budweiser or Heineken's or this company approve it, right? It's like black market shit. So what they do is they go around, they collect cans and bottles of, you know, popular beer companies, and then they wash them in this big fucking like container with like Clorox and soap, right? But it's like the same container for like 1,000 fucking bottles and cans. And they basically cut it on the very top of it, right? They cut the bottle or the can at the very top, and there's a machine that seals it at the end, and they resell it, bro. That shit is fucking nasty as fuck.
Yeah.
So look at this.
See, you guys seen that video, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
saw
this is nasty. But if you see here, it says they said Budweiser is supposedly the king of beers, right?
Yeah, no, they are the king of beers because they're selling the real shit and the fake shit.
They're trying to snow beer is the most popular beer in the world. I want to try that shit, snow beer, to see how good.
I don't want to try anything. I don't want to try anything that comes from China.
I have actually seen a lot of beers being made in
they say
China.
it's the top beer market in the world besides the U.S.
Yeah,
there's a brewery called
Hong Kong is big on beers. Hong Kong.
China. There's a brewery I know that's called Omenin or something like that out there, and they put ice cream and stuff like that in their stuff. It's insane. The stuff that you see in different countries and how they use their craft beer. It's just
they experiment. They do a lot of experiment, man.
Yeah, they do. They like to have a lot of stomach aches too, as well.
Oh man, but you're right about that. And you know what I'm thinking right now, you know, I just honestly, me now with IPAs though, and just I'm talking about ales right now. It's a heavier and has a more fruity taste opposed to lagers, but lagers is more popular. But Gil, as our guest, what do you think about, you know, do you think people are going to get more into ales opposed to lagers, knowing that, you know, craft beer, you know, is becoming more and more popular now with, you know what I'm saying? Because now I see it more in stores now. You know, before, you know, you walk into a Rite Aid, Dwayne Reed, or whatever convenience store, and it would just be, you know, Heineken's, Coronas. But now they actually have pale ales, IPAs as well. You know?
I do believe that people will more agree to pale ales and lagers, just because lagers are just crisp. They don't really taste like anything besides like water with grains in it. You know, it doesn't have taste to it. You know, and I could just see now. It all depends on people's taste. You know, people that do drink beer. There's a lot of old schooler guys that, you know, old school guys, they just stick to the normal. You know, they don't change their aspect of beer no matter what. But
right.
you know, us young guys and, you know, us, you know, younger generation, you know, my dad did get into it. You know, pale ales I think are going to eventually be the best beer to, you know, buy and drink, especially because you could drink them at any time and any day during the summertime, wintertime. You know, it's always good to drink a pale ale versus a lager. I think, you know, I prefer a pale ale than a lager any day. Do you guys prefer a pale ale or?
As a matter of fact, why don't we talk about different flavors? Like, so we got pale ale, we got lagers, we got IPAs, we got stouts, and we got sours, right? And what else?
There's double IPAs, there's triple IPAs, quadruple IPAs. I've had one time. There's people. People, like I said, people just and all they could especially double IPA. Double IPA, all it is just double dry hop. People double dry hop their beer. So just a quadruple. I'm gonna say they dry hop it 3 times. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what they do, and it probably just makes the beer a lot stronger. It brings out more of the alcohol percentage. So, yeah. I had a quadruple beer and it was about 14%, and it was probably one of the craziest IPAs I ever drank in my life.
Yeah, 14%. That's a lot of percent of alcohol for beer.
In an IPA, yes.
Yeah, in IPA. I mean, IPA, obviously, you know, just in general, it has I think the highest volume of alcohol than any other type of ale is an IPA. I actually had a 90-minute Dogfish IPA. I think it's about 12%, if I'm not mistaken, or a little bit under 12%.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about, yes.
Yeah, that was, man, strong, man. like 2 bottles already of that. I was like, whoo, yeah, man.
Well, these big major craft beer places, these breweries, they got, man, I'm telling you, they got this down packed. Because, like I said, I drink in a quadruple IPA, and that's high percentage. You think you would taste the alcohol, but it tastes nothing but fruit. You know, these people are doing some crazy stuff in there, and you could barely taste the alcohol and notice that the alcohol percentage is on there, but
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's what the anyways. Yeah, it's just people are just having so down packed now that you could barely taste the alcohol in IPAs, no matter the percentage or the name on it, the hop, no matter what. It tastes creamy, it tastes fruity, it tastes nothing like alcohol. And that's what I think that's what blows my mind about craft beers now and breweries now. There's just like they're brewing stuff that's just every sip that you take, it's just like what is this? It's not beer. This is not alcohol. There's no alcohol in this. There's no beer in this. It's insane.
On the floor like
yeah, next thing you know, yeah.
Yeah, on the floor like, oh shit. All right, so let's talk about stouts and sours. I think we haven't really talked about those two in depth yet.
Sours are my favorite. I love sours.
I can't stand sours. Ugh. I got put onto it. I'm like, I think I like more like airy type beers. Like
you need to taste them, man. The thing is, I was like that when I first drank a sour. I'm like, that tart, that funky taste. It tastes really funky. It's weird. But there's places, man, I'm telling you, that brew their sours just a different way, man. Before I knew sours, I only knew one type of sour, and it was a Berlin Whistler. That was the only sour I knew.
Or some Reefa.
That's the best. That's the best type of sour. But anyways, that was the only sour I really knew of. I didn't know any other sours besides that type of sour. But there's a lot of different types of sours. There's smoothie style sour. There's Berlin Whistler, like I said. There's a sour by itself. There's IPA sour IPA. Like, there's different types of sours, man. Like, you just got to try them. You got to find the one. My favorite place that I love the most that brews sours, I'm going to say, is the Answer out in Virginia, which I went out there one time just for a brew trip. I took the 2 days and I went out to Virginia just to grab some beers from that place because the sours they make over there, man, are just insane. They just constantly use a lot of puree. A lot of fruit puree. They just dump gallons of fruit puree into beers, into the sour. And then next you know, you pour it, and it pours that thick, like creamy red color or orange color, but it's the best sour you ever taste, man. You gotta
very passionate about that, by the way.
You're right about that. I gotta, because I tried sour IPA, didn't really like it, but maybe I gotta try a different brand of who makes it, because also it's about the brand who makes that type of IPA. So you're right.
I think that. Honestly, what changed my opinion on sours was smoothie style. So if you ever see a smoothie style or smoothie style or sour, try it, man, because it blew my mind when I drank it.
Yeah. Okay. No, definitely. I mean, what's your take though with the different IPAs though, like with the Imperial, the hazy IPAs?
I'm an East Coast man. I'm an East Coast guy. And anything that has that hazy East Coast hops, it catches my eye.
East Coast, baby.
It's that East Coast. And hey, listen, to rep our side, East Coast is the best. I think it brewer wise. I think they have the best. We grow the best hops, I think.
You on some P Diddy? You on some P Diddy and Biggie shit back in the days, repping the East Coast.
Well, there's a lot of people in the West Coast that would agree with me that the East Coast have one of the best have the best IPAs. So,
you might start an IPA war, bro, like in the rap game and shit when they start East Coast versus West Coast.
Listen, man, I've only heard a couple of breweries out on the West Coast that were really good, and I'm probably gonna say the best one that I've had from the West Coast was Monkish out in Cali. That was probably the best one, but other than that, it's nothing better than an East Coast IPA, man.
They're more into wines out there.
Yeah, the color, you could tell the color too, man. I'm telling you, the color on it is a lot different. West Coast is a brown tin color, East Coast, we have that freaking like this color. You know what I'm saying? Like that orange juice color that you don't really see in the West Coast. So, and the taste, everything in the bit. But you know, everybody brews different. But yeah, East Coast, I think it's the best. I think. By the way, Chris, I think you should look up the top 10 breweries in America, or someone should look it up.
Yeah, yo, real quick. Remember earlier we were talking about the Irish goodbye?
Mm-hmm.
Remember earlier we were talking about the Irish goodbye?
Yeah.
All right, so Jules, right? Jules, she's Irish, right?
Mm-hmm.
So ask her what it means. She knows.
What is an Irish goodbye?
What?
An Irish goodbye. You don't know what an Irish goodbye is?
She's been Americanized. Oh my God, we lost her.
We lost her.
She's looking something up. I don't know what she's looking up. But
come on, you're not really from Ireland.
Irish goodbye is when you just leave. You don't say bye to anyone when you just leave.
There you go. That's a real Irish girl there.
Drink?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
She already said it. She said the same thing you said earlier.
She's been dissolved already, but you know, you guys have been.
She's a Mets fan now. She's a Mets fan.
I know, bro. They don't know anything about anything.
But that's also
look at Chris's face. He looks like he's gonna cut somebody.
We could talk about the health benefits of beer.
Chris is looking hardcore on that too. Listen, 2019 top 10 best breweries in America. Let's see what it is.
This is what's in an Irish goodbye.
Oh, she's looking at
a drink.
Yeah, isn't that what you're talking about?
No, he's talking about literally an Irish goodbye, like walking away.
Yeah, it's not a drink.
I thought you guys were talking. There's a drink. There's a drink, guys.
It's okay. She's been diluted already. She's too American already. She's not.
Exactly.
She's been super diluted.
She's
like 10th generation Irish. That ass. Like 10 generation. She's been diluted, right, Jay?
Yeah, been Americanized, man. I mean,
yeah. I mean, like me and Jay, like we're first generation Dominicans, but you and Chris, y'all third generation Puerto Ricans. So y'all being diluted little by little.
Second generation.
No, second generation.
No, yeah,
third generation.
Because my grandparents
are Puerto Rican.
Are born from Puerto Rico.
So then your mother was first generation, you second.
Yeah, we're second. Yeah.
Then Jeremiah would be third.
Jeremiah's third.
But he's half Latino, so
he's half American. So yeah.
I forgot about that about him. You know,
he's third generation.
That makes sense. That's why it makes sense. He's better looking than you.
Yeah. So they say.
He's got his mom gene.
So they say, but he gets the good looks from me. Everybody says
shot.
He's got his mom's gene.
Yeah, I guess so.
24 Beals on the wall.
So the top 5 brewers, the top 5 brewers in America, of course, is Anheuser-Busch.
But that's big Budweiser.
You know, Coors.
No. Top breweries,
man, not beers.
Come on.
Are you fucking drunk already? You better not leave. You better not leave the podcast. You better not leave the podcast without saying goodbye. I'll be epic. I'll be epic if he just leaves the podcast.
So Yingling is number 1.
So what's the source? Okay, Brewers Association.
Oh look, Sierra Nevada.
Brewers Association.
Number 3.
Boston Beer Co. Sierra Nevada, which Jay, you like Sierra Nevada.
I'm having it right here. I'm having it right here. Look, this is me.
This is me.
New Belgium. Duvel, whatever.
That is
Belgian Brewing Company, yeah.
You know that.
Gambrinus, whatever this fuck.
Yo, look, you sucking shit. It's just almost all the top ones are on the West Coast, G. You was talking shit about the West Coast.
PA, Massachusetts.
But look,
we gotta look at
Colorado, California, New York, Texas.
A lot of them on the West Coast.
Stone Breweries, California.
We should look.
I've been to the Brooklyn Brewery. That
Brooklyn Brewery.
It's fire.
Dogfish Head.
You should probably look up microbreweries. See what they say there.
There's a brewery around Chris Ryder's new address.
Yeah, it's Gun Hill.
Chris Ryder.
Check it out. Chris Ryder.
You guys should come up here. You guys should take a trip or come up here. Whenever you guys do, let me know. You guys should take a trip and we should go. I'll take you guys around.
We're definitely gonna do that. I definitely want to check that out.
Chris Ryder writing fucking poems and blood meat.
Definitely, guys should definitely take a trip up here to Connecticut, and I could take you guys around. And
you know where I went to? Recently I went to the Jay. We gotta go there. Jay
used to work at.
Jay and Chris Ryder. We gotta go there. I went to the Bridgeport Brewery. It's pretty awesome. They sell.
What was the name of that brewery?
And you know what's crazy too, dude? Now they make really good pizza.
Yeah, I just said that it has some awesome pizza.
Oh yeah, we should have an episode about that shit.
Wait,
pizza
real
too.
quick.
Fucking loves that
Butcher, calm it down, Butcher. So
that's an indictment.
So they tell you like depending on the pizza that you order, they tell you what beer kind of gives it like a little bit of a better taste, and that shit was awesome. Like they have like a whole science behind it. So all right, go ahead. You could cut me again.
No, but like I was saying earlier, like brewing beer is like an art form, man. People actually enjoy doing that. They really love the art of really brewing beer, you know, because again, though, it takes a lot, though. You know what I'm saying? Like you're saying with our guest Gil, you know, it's not an easy process, you know.
No,
definitely takes time. It's, you know, having the right ingredients, knowing how to do the right balance, the temperature, etc. It's a lot of work.
I think the best thing about it is the things that people are coming up with, man. The things that these breweries are making, it's insane. You know,
well,
experimenting, man. Like,
I'll tell you what the worst part about it is the fact that you got to take a piss every 10 minutes.
That's true. That's true.
I'm going on my third piss.
You know who's the worst with that? You know who's the worst with that? And I'm gonna say his name just because he's watching. Pops, Pops, you're the worst with that, my man. You need to stop taking pisses every 2 minutes, bro, because I'm sick and tired of pulling over the car just so you can take a damn piss.
Wait. No. We need to do a piss contest because, Jay, I kid you not, Jay's a witness. On last Saturday, Chris Ryder, John Savar, and Nelly Nell, we had a meeting regarding the podcast future in John Savar's crib, and fucking Chris Ryder was drinking beers and talking shit about today's episode. And this motherfucker, in a matter of 15 minutes, bro, he pissed 6 times, bro.
Yeah, every time, to exaggerate.
Yo, Jay, I was counting them. We was counting them. I was like, yeah, that's your 4th one. Like, I would do it. Like, I would say, I would have like one sentence.
So he came,
and he went, oh, well, I gotta go to the bathroom.
I use the bathroom.
Hold on, so you've been drinking, right? And they say that once you let the first one go, everything else is just water.
Oh yeah, it's over.
So I've been drinking 2 beers this whole podcast. I've been drinking even before the podcast started. I haven't pissed once.
Once you piss, it's over.
Once I piss this one time, it's just over. So it's right there, but it's right there. But that shit is the truth, though. As a drinker, you know that you can drink and drink and drink and drink. But once you pee that first time, it's over. You can't hold it.
Beers are different because since it's cold, it makes you piss quicker, and the yeast and all that. But I'm gonna call you P. McGee from now on.
P. McGee.
But that's why I don't get. That's why I don't get too fucked up like that, because I'm peeing all the beer that I'm drinking anyway. You know, I can honestly say I've never blacked out once in my life. I can say that with confidence.
With beer?
No, liquor, period.
Liquor? You sure? You never blacked out?
Never blacked out.
Oh, he's about to put you on blast.
He's
about to put you on blast.
Oh no, you know what, Chris? I'll keep it like that, man.
All right, Jay. You tell me when I blacked out once.
It's been moments, bro.
I know every time I've ever got fucked up, I know how I got home. How I got home.
All right.
You left right before you blacked out.
And say, how the fuck?
He did the Irish goodbye before he.
He's like, I'm gonna black out. I might murder somebody. I'm leaving.
Did you not? I was drinking this liquor called Baba.
Yo, Chris, you had to know, Chris, real quick. Chris, you had to know coming in that because your brother was gonna be here, we was gonna roast the fuck out of you today. You knew that, right?
I don't give a shit. You think I care? Look at my face. I don't give a fuck.
Is that Rivera?
Bro, you know it's funny. I watch a lot of your podcasts, and you're always the one getting roasted, bro. Always, yeah, bro. Why is it always you?
He does his roasting.
The only
we
thing
get Jay too, but we get Jay on some intellectual shit. Last week it was in bananas. Last week he was taking shots at the low. Nigga Jay said that niggas were interrupting him while he was talking. Man, shit.
No, but yo, I'm gonna tell you a story about. I was drinking this rum called Babaku, right? It was Haitian rum, dude. I think this was probably the most unfucking coordinated I've ever been drinking. I was drinking in Jay's crib.
Nigga, you got Babaku. That's what
I got home. I got home. That was the only time I ever woke up. Like, I should have just stayed in Jay's, bro, because I was fucking wasted, bro, uncoordinated. And that was the drunkest I've ever been. And I remembered everything. So.
Hey, all I gotta say is everybody is doubting the Yankees right now because of the Rays. So let's go.
Yo, wouldn't it be fitting if they play the Houston Astros in the AL?
It would be fitting. Again? It would be fitting, but another thing is they're gonna cheat their way to beat us. So it's
nah, they can't do that shit now.
Let's go Mets.
Anyways,
let's go Mets in 2030.
Let's go Mets in 2030.
Damn.
Hold on, before I want to say anything, back to the beer. This right here is from Other Half in Brooklyn. So
man, you got all types, man. I
get them from everywhere, man.
What brand is that right there?
This is Other Half. This is a double IPA, double dry hopped Imperial Indian Pale Ale, 7.9. It's called Broccoli. It's brewed. It is brewed with broccoli.
With broccoli.
Because Jay, in Connecticut, they have like package stores. So a lot of their stores, they have like high-end beers. Like they have like
a lot of package stores in Connecticut that have a lot of craft beer.
It's not like here where you have to like go to like specific specialty stores.
Well, I was thinking about Gas Gill, but now it's changing a little bit here in New York though, because before it used to be, Coronas and Heinekens, the Budweisers, the Coors Lights, whatever. But now you're seeing more of a selection now. Now when it comes with craft
over there in Connecticut, like package stores, they're like corner stores over there, and they have like all like types of like high end shit. Like they have like specific fridges specifically just for that.
Got you.
It is tougher to buy it in the package stores just because they charge more. But I couldn't get that, normally anywhere else. If I wanted to go get some Other Half, I would have to go to Brooklyn. So I want to say, thank God I pulled up one day going in the package store and I saw that in the fridge. I said, whoa, that's Other Half. You don't see stuff like that. Those are places that don't do distributing. Treehouse is a big place that doesn't do distributing. Other Half never did it. Other Half has just started doing it because of the coronavirus. And speaking of the coronavirus, a lot of breweries are distributing because of the coronavirus. They're not making money. So they figured, if we're going to brew this beer, we're going to have all this beer, why not distribute them to the package stores and make some money from there? And, and I'm not going to lie, ever since, the pandemic and everything like that, I've never seen these amount of breweries in package stores. Now you have these bunch of breweries that you don't see commonly in package stores, and they're up here. So
that's true. No, you're right about that. And one thing about beers too, though, as far as I think, economically, I think it's not that expensive. I'm just hypothetically speaking, even when you want to buy a can of beer, run you $2 or $3. So that's one thing about beer too. It's it's affordable.
It's cheap to make.
Yeah, it's cheap to make. Though. Definitely, absolutely, man. I mean, to you though, from your knowledge though, you did mention this before though. Your first IPA drink was what? What brand was that? Your first IPA?
My first ever IPA was a legitimate brewing company up in New Hartford.
Oh, okay.
Connecticut. It's a brewing company up in New Hartford.
And how much percent alcohol? You remember? Or
it was a 6.9. It was about. They still make it to this day. It's called Dr. Strange Haze, something like that.
Dr. Strange Haze. Oh, okay. Interesting. Wow. The first one I ever had was Nevada. I had the Torpedo IPA, which is about.
Torpedo's really good.
Yeah, Torpedo is good. Yeah.
Torpedo's very good.
Definitely.
But no, like I said, my dad, one day, took me up there. It was just when they just started to open. It was they opened up for about a month or two. They just started open. They were opened up in 2017. They opened about summertime, and my dad took me. He said, "Hey, there's a brewery that just opened up in New Hartford, right?" And he's like, "Yo, let's go check it out." And I was like, "What?" At the time, I was like, "I don't know what breweries there are. I don't know, what are you talking about?" He goes, "It's a place where you could drink. Place where you could drink beer. Let's go enjoy something." So we went up there and we drank some stuff. And I got a flight, which usually I didn't know at the time what it was, but I read up on it. The flight that you get like a little baseboard thing. They give you 4 types of beers. You try it out.
We had that before, Jay. We went to Draw 55.
Yeah, flight, just to try the beers out. And I actually really liked the Dr. Strange. So I was like, that's really good. The taste is really good. It was very fruity. It tastes like mango juice. So I was like, I liked it a lot, and the guy said, this is Dr. Strange. We usually have it on our tap list sometimes. So my dad got me into craft beer, but from there I expanded my mind. I even started trading beers from across, and I was getting beers from Cali, I was getting beers from Texas, I was getting beers from Virginia, Florida, Oregon. I was getting beers from Washington, Seattle. I was getting a lot of different stuff from a lot of different places. So I've had a good fair share of different taste buds on different types of things, and that's why I've always said I go with the East Coast when it comes to hops. But everywhere is making good stuff. Everywhere is making good stuff.
Yeah, no, that's dope, man. That's dope. Like you actually was able to really, kind of like, just taste different types of beers from all over the country. Because I mean, it's also the ingredient that people use in basically the region, like you just said, though, when it comes to like the West Coast and the East Coast, as far as like the geographic settings of how to grow those types of ingredients, the hops especially, so that definitely makes a major difference. I'm trying to get these guys, I mean, because, I've always been the IPA drinker out of the group. I started drinking IPA like in 2010. That's when I first started drinking it. And never looked back since, man. It's always been IPAs for me now, man. I just can't really drink anything else besides that. But again, though, yeah, man. Nah, for sure, man. I just can't do the lagers no more, man. I just can't. It's just like my body, rejects it now.
It's not only the rejection. It's just there's just like it tastes like water. It tastes like water.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be like a crispier, cleaning taste, right? Like they're supposed to be like that. But you're right about that. It does like drink, like especially when it comes to like the Bud Lights, the Coors Lights, like they taste like pure water. You know what I mean? Like pure water.
No taste to them. No taste.
Yeah, man, definitely. But I do see it changing, though. You're right about that. I do see people changing their selection of beers now, and I think definitely pale ales is definitely going to make that transition.
There's a lot of people that there's a lot of breweries that are doing small packages like Little Hazy IPA. That's a lot. That actually has blown up heavy. Little Hazy IPA because it's they make the same batch, but they constantly brew it, and people are just buying it and buying it and buying it because it's a very good IPA that you could buy in the package store, and it's not too expensive. You can buy a 12-pack for $20, and I buy Little Hazies,
Yeah, listen. When I went out to get I went for my beer run before we started the podcast. Fucking leaving like Rite Aid, like those chain pharmacy stores that carry beers. They be having like a big selection. There was one that was called In Space IPA. Actually, has like 10%. I'm like, what the hell? But anyway, guys, real quick, I took like a 5-minute piss. I just got back because I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie. You guys ever seen that movie where it's like I think it's during World War II where like a lot of men were shipped out to war or whatever, and women had to like basically take over professional baseball and shit. And Tom Hanks was the coach of a women's baseball team that became mad famous. And when he first got introduced to the team, he took like a 5-minute piss, and that's exactly what I did right now. So for this podcast, I'll be Mr. P. McGee.
Mr. Peepington. Peeping master right
there. My name is Pee-Pee, man.
No, I'm gonna be completely honest with you now. I feel like I have barely seen the podcast.
Huh?
I feel like I've barely seen this dude now the whole podcast.
I was peeing, bro. I was peeing.
I feel like his whole time he's been in the bathroom.
Yeah, bro. I was peeing, man. I was peeing so long. Listen, I was peeing so long because I'm a heavyweight guy that my legs were like falling asleep. They were going numb, so I had to jiggle it. I had to jiggle it a little bit.
Oh man, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. But I'll take the Mr. P. McGee for the day.
Okay, you take the title for today.
Keep it on.
No, Chris Ryder, you've been holding that shit for man long, bro.
Oh, he's holding it, right? Like he's
quiet. He's quiet.
How he's sitting there? You see how he's sitting there?
Yeah, he's like laid back.
No, he's like, yo, when's the podcast gonna be over, man?
You see how he's sitting like back, like laid back. He's putting the pee from his balls back to his fucking belly and shit.
What are you talking about? I peed already. Fucking peed already. But I'm good though. I'm chilling.
It's all right. All right.
Yo, man, you guys are too much, man.
Too much, man. But listen, man, it's been a great episode, man. Beer Connoisseur.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it so much.
Yo, one day we have to have Red Fox on. You know who Red Fox is?
You don't want that type of party, bro. You don't want that type of party, bro.
You don't know who Red Fox is?
Nah, I don't know who Red Fox is.
That's your dad, man. That's a secret code. You know when he gets mad, he gets like mad, flustered, and red in the face.
All right, so here's how Red Fox came about. So we're in the fucking baby shower, right? And I looked at Nell like, yo, Nell, you see Red Fox over there? I'm the one who gave him the Red Fox name, bro.
Yo, that shit was mad funny.
He looked exactly like
it was mad. Yo, you know what? It was mad funny because coincidentally,
yo, hold on.
Chris was sick. There you go, Mr. Oh wait, we're competing now.
Yo, so, you know what's crazy about that? Just speaking about the baby shower, I can't believe we drank that whole cooler, bro.
It's crazy.
Cooler.
Those shits were great. Those beers. By the way, Rivera, Mr. Beer Connoisseur, you never sent the beers that you said you was gonna send.
Oh, blame Chris. Don't blame me for that one.
Oh yeah, we gotta blame Chris. All right. Oh, Red Fox in the place. Oh, look, just like your dad too, a little bit.
Red Fox.
But listen, the thing that was so funny about Red Fox is that you know what happened? It was like a whole crazy family feud going on, and your dad like got mad flustered and his face got red. So when Chris Ryder said Red Fox, I fucking laughed in your dad's face. They who the fuck? You know, your dad's like, who the fuck were you laughing at me? Like, no, listen, I got your sons, man. I got them. I know Timmy, I know fucking Josh and Chris. I just met Gil and shit and the other brothers. But Gil was like the one that was like being the mediator because he's like I don't know, you just got the mediator face. So we go downstairs. They call the cab because it was about to be like a bloodshed through with the brothers and shit, with the Riveras.
I remember that shit.
And it's okay because like it is what it is. It happens in my family too. But when I go downstairs, your dad's face is still red. I'm like, hey, Red Fox, come over here. They, motherfucker, stop calling me that shit. And he's like, who told you that's my name? Like, he's like, Chris, right? Chris, he's like, that motherfucker, Chris, fuck him.
That's crazy. I didn't know about that story though, of how that day came about. Because I was DJing that.
It got a little.
I saw it from a distance. Yeah, I saw it. But I didn't know the whole details though.
I think Josh was the one being the wild animal, and we had a
Josh is always a wild.
I had to tase him down and shit. Like
Josh is a fucking beast. You gotta hold him down.
Yeah, he's funny. He's funny as fuck. Though he got mad jokes for days too.
He comes up with the craziest shit though. I can't lie. That guy comes up with the craziest shit when he speaks.
Tim is funny too, but Tim you have to like understand like smart black comedy. He says smart funny shit that if you're not in that level mentally, you're not gonna get it. This motherfucker was chugging down Jameson that day, and he was like saying man shit. I was like, I was the number one fan. I was like, oh. Hey, man, what the fuck is so funny? Like, nigga, you don't get it? That shit is mad funny. Then I have to explain to people the joke. They're like, oh shit, yeah, you make sense. Timmy, shout out to Tim, man. Tim's coming on soon, man. He's a conspiracy theorist.
Yo, I need to see that. I need to see when Tim's on.
Yeah, he's not a conspiracy theorist. You know what it is? The FBI actually created that term to debunk people who actually know the truth.
Yeah,
you need to bring Tim on when you're talking politics again, because Tim will rip you with the politics.
Oh yeah. Jay, you already know, man. He put a death wish on you, bro. He's coming for you. He said.
Yeah, facts. Tim will rip you with the politics, man.
Oh, let's go for it, man. I'm ready. I'm ready for it, man.
You got your own debate, dinner at the round table debate.
No, last week's episode was crazy. I don't know if you've seen one of the clips I put in when Chris Ryder and John went in and shit.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Chris Ryder was saying about the exposing like the tax information, like the and Jay-Z's like, oh yeah, hell yeah, I want to fucking know, hell yeah, I want to know, because if you dictated my fucking life, well, he didn't use profanity, but he got crazy with it.
You know what's crazy though? Honestly, I didn't want to talk about this, but you see them numbers, man? That's insane. That is
COVID.
No, what the man pays in taxes. That just is insane.
Yeah. What's more insane is that Obama's a billionaire now.
He paid the most in taxes.
He's a billionaire. He's a billionaire. So I mean, it's not.
There's a funny little story about that though.
It's obvious that presidents, they get paid for speeches while they're presidents and after, but Obama, he was able to capitalize a little bit more because he had like 5 books out and shit like that. He charges anywhere from like $300,000 to $400,000 per speech, depending on the location.
He's a likable person. Although I don't think he did anything. Like he didn't really bring any truth.
Yeah, Obama did so much fucked up shit that he's so nice that people don't even remember.
Nope.
He did, honestly, man. He did do like fucked up shit.
But you know what? Obama was actually. This is what happens. And I don't want to get too much into politics. It's about beer, but what I will say that it's hard for you to come into office to see some shit that's been fucked up for years to try to fix it. Like a 4-year term, he did 8 years. It still wasn't enough. So when you go in there, you're like, damn, man, I had all these dreams of doing this, that, and the third. But you see how much fucked up shit is going on. That damn, it's gonna take me like fucking 25 years to repair this shit. And that's one of the reasons why, you know.
If I could say that, 8 years is never enough.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
No. Without a doubt, definitely agree with that.
Yeah, man.
I just think he never had an agenda for people like us, though.
Yeah.
I don't think he never had an agenda, like what we could do for you, you know.
Roosevelt.
Hey, Red Fox. Hey, Red Fox said, "Fuck you."
Oh, he heard us.
He's watching.
He's watching. Shout out to Red Fox. He's a great grandfather, by the way.
Yo, I was actually
he is red
because he says we're too loud. He's like telling us to shut the fuck up.
And he loves Ray-Ban frames for some reason. He did ask us trying to cop the
Ray-Ban that old
frame.
School 80s vibe.
He was trying to buy the Ray-Ban frames off of Cindy. Remember Cindy?
That old school.
Right there in the spot.
He buy it for Jules. He bought it for Jules eventually.
I don't know. I really gotta ask him that.
Oh man, Red Fox, man, we been putting you on blast. You better buy those purple frames, bro. Stop playing.
Yeah, I never got
talk to him, Red Fox.
There you go. That's a perfect Red Fox movie. Tricks ya.
Right? You know, all that searching and damn.
Nah, he's a great grandfather, man. Real great grandfather. But yeah, no, what I didn't appreciate, G baby. I'm gonna call you G baby from now on. You have to keep. I'd rather have you drinking beers than drinking alcohol because You was drinking tequila and you left the Domino's game halfway and you dipped. Like, what the fuck? We was winning.
What do you mean? I won.
We was winning. We was winning. No, he was playing with me. You was playing with me. It was the best out of 7. We was up 3. You needed one more. You left.
Not to the city. I had to drive back to CT, not the city.
What's going on? We're getting back feedback. Who has some shit going on? Double check.
Yeah, babe. Let's get I guess
final thought. Man. Final thought, man. We're gonna let our guests start off.
I mean, I could definitely start off because you know, piggyback or whatever. I mean, the beer industry definitely is becoming, obviously it's the most popular adult beverage. We definitely drink beer when it comes like big events, like sports. So it's never gonna go away. I definitely see expanding, but especially craft beer. I definitely see craft beer becoming a lot more bigger because of the quality of how it's produced and people now making their own beers. So I definitely see that. So that's my problem.
So real quick, I think Red Fox interfered with our signal there. But yeah, so Chris Ryder?
I guess go. You wanna get your final thought?
I will say thank you guys for having me. Number one. Appreciate it. Shout out to you, Chris Brody, for putting me on here and getting out there into the brew game. I've been trying to tell you guys for a while. You guys got to get out there.
Like what happened though? Like,
not so sure, but anyway, final thought is, man, a beer ain't a beer until you drink it, man. That's my final thought. I'm out. Then at the Roundtable Podcast every Monday, 7:30 p.m. baby, live from New York. Shout out to G Rivera, fucking beer connoisseur, man. I like the Yankee jersey. Fuck the Mets. We out here, baby. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Chris Ryder, you want to say something to your brother before we leave?
Thank you for coming on the show, little brother. Showing your
Brody,
your expertise, letting us know, insights into some really good beers, and thank you for coming on.
All the time, bro. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. So yeah, man. Then at the Roundtable Podcast next week, we got another guest on. Who's actually like Chris Ryder. Real quick, and just explain real quick who's our next guest.
A club, which is like, they do dining in their own houses, and they do like full course meals, and he's real like big on like good quality stuff. My brother, my boy, can't wait to have him on the show next week. He's gonna really talk a lot about food and.
But man, then at the Roundtable Podcast, man. Tune in every Monday at 7:30. We out of here, man.
See you guys.
out.
Tune in me. Tired of the fake, tired of the lies. Whoever said I needed this to survive, bitch, you're wrong, and I'm up every wrong, cause I'm staying real to myself. Independent on a bill for my wealth. My voice paying bills here well. I made a heaven and a hell. I isolate myself in my reality. If I gotta live this lonely, I'ma live from it. I'm not gonna run from it. Shit, I can't run for me. I need some love on me, so I put the love on me. Tired of the fake, tired of the lies. Whoever said I needed this to survive, bitch, you're wrong, and I'm up every wrong. Pensándolo bien, no me hace falta nada. Ando bien y tú fijando tu mirada. Que si con quien esté no hace falta. Si salgo yo soy yo la que me manda. Tired of the fake, tired of the lies. Fake smiles when I could read through your eyes. I found somebody real, I could feel through your vibe. We know what's up, we don't really need ties. We don't really need ties. We don't really need ties. We don't really need. Tired of the fake.